guys, just a quick update.
Actually, the question is Skater XL dead? I don't know. So, predominantly, this channel was sort of built on probably sort of Rainbow Six Siege content, and then sort of moved on to sort of Skate 3 content, Skater XL content, a bit later on session. Yeah, so it's sort of been like the last few weeks that probably the channel's evolved slightly as well, but really Skater XL, it's just not coming up on the feed as much. I used to pretty much watch every single content creator on Skater XL session, and it just feels like it's died off a little bit. Maybe it's because I'm not following the algorithm as much, or maybe it has actually died off. I'm not sure. I'm just not noticing as much content. Even when I go onto sort of like Mod.io, the maps are, yeah, there's not as many maps available, or should I say new maps. I was thinking sort of BMX Streets was going to take over a bit, but then that's fallen a little bit flat as well. Still people on it, but it's, yeah, not sure, really not sure what's gone on. We had like 1,000 hours, over 1,000 hours on Skater XL. Sort of had it on the early access betas, and then gone through sort of all the stages really, a bit from sort of early access, same as session, right through till sort of the launch. I did quite a lot of testing as well. Was in a good position really, but yeah, I've always sort of stuck by it and supported the devs with it. Even when I've sort of not agreed with it in areas, I've always sort of defended the game. Yeah, it's just getting harder and harder as time goes on to actually have those same feelings about the game. I still think it's one of the smoothest, along with Skate 3. It's definitely still one of the smoothest skateboarding games you can pick up. But yeah, it's definitely getting to the point where the update last year that was partial. There's been no sort of talk on when's the next update of the game. Stuff like the bonuses were supposed to come out, no complies. There's a whole host of content really which should have come out, which didn't come out, and then they were sort of made this sort of, I wouldn't say excuse, but this sort of thing of, oh, we'll do it in part 1 and 2. We'll release everything sort of a bit later on in the year, as in this year. No mention whatsoever. Couldn't even tell you if the company's still open, if it's absolutely completely shut down. I don't know, but yeah, it's just not looking good really. I know they brought the game out on Switch, basically a port, wasn't it? So there's probably, yeah, there is work with the controls, but sort of brought that out, and it's sort of been, yeah, okay. Obviously doesn't run as well, and then what we're seeing now is the modded gameplay, which seems to be carrying the game really. It does feel like completely different games once you start modding the game. Completely different. It doesn't feel like you're playing an easy Skater XL game, put it that way. But yeah, it's not sure what's gone on. The streams have definitely slowed down on Skater XL. There's been no content updates. Obviously, it's just hanging on with the mods at the minute, and even those are drying up, I'd say. So yeah, definitely not noticing as many mods and all the mods everyone's sort of got, and yeah, just I wouldn't say this is probably the first time I've actually picked the game up in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest, which you can tell by the gameplay actually. But yeah, a little bit disappointing really. I've always, as I said, I've always defended the game. It's always been super smooth. I've tried to look at it a bit where session's always been a little bit more robotic, and yeah, it's had its own issues, but this game fundamentally from sort of the animations and the actual smoothness of it, it's always been sort of the driver for me, even down to like the lip tricks and doing the blunts, that sort of stuff. It's always felt really good. And you can sort of map the tricks quite well. And obviously stuff like impossibles, which I can't do, which Session can do. Stuff like manual rewind Session can do. We can't do on here. So there's pros and cons with both, but for example, Skater XL, you can wind your tricks up like that, where Session you can't. But yeah, it's definitely got to a point where, like, over 1,000 hours in supporting every single part of the game, I can't really recommend it anymore. I think it is what it is now. I think we're just gonna have to make do with it. And, yeah, anyone who's playing, I definitely recommend the PC version, but you'd have to get on the mods and do it that way. So I actually played the alpha version of the game, so basically it puts all the mods up for your stats as well, that sort of stuff. Got all the clothing mods, and you've got a spin that long, so if I press like, let's have a look, the F7, you can see in the top left there you get all your catch stats and you can change all your boards, that sort of stuff. So I go back onto there, close that off, move that over there, so you can literally change everything up and have a look. Yeah, so you can see all the animation in the top left. And then on this one, control the deck effects, you basically have all the stuff like your board shapes and sort of stuff. So there's definitely a whole host of mods, but as I said, the game in general, it is what it is now. There's not many more mods coming out. There doesn't seem to be many maps coming out. I think the map's a bit like the school map. It'll just be, if Session releases anything, probably jump on the back of it and do their own Skater XL version. But yeah, so I think it's got to the point now where after playing absolutely every single day and countless hours of it, I've not picked it up for probably 3 weeks, to be honest. I've not streamed a good few weeks on it. Just finding it really hard just to keep playing. I think it's got to the point where, yeah, I'm getting a little bit frustrated with it, and it feels like I'm playing Skate 3, to be honest. It feels like the game's finished and it's just more out of memory now, of nostalgia than anything. But yeah, it's a shame, to be honest, people who've picked it up on console, which I did. I played probably the first year or two on console actually, so I had to adapt the gameplay to make it feel a little bit more realistic. If anyone wants a shout on how to mod the game, I know there's countless sort of tutorials out there, but I'm happy to put a quick video together, or even do it on a live stream, do it that way. That might help. At the minute I am doing a Session giveaway as well, so if anyone's wanting to look at Session, throw that back up. So I've done a few giveaways on Session this year, and I'll probably do a Skater XL PC giveaway. But yeah, it was just a quick stream, this bit of a rant more than anything, just to say I think I've not finished with the game, but definitely I've had my time with it, and I think it's sort of not an end, but it's definitely from a channel sort of YouTube point, it has come to a bit of an end of my drive of content creation.